Hello, 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 and welcome, everyone. Let's go ahead. You know what the first step we got to do is let everybody know in the chat. Oh Lord, how? I don't understand how this happened. Why is it halfway across my? I don't know. Anyways, apologies for the late start. I was not expecting my computer to decide it was going to update, so that was fun. Anyways, give me just a second. That's not where I want to go. That's where I want to go. Alrighty. Okay, fantastic. So, how are we? What are we up to? What are we doing? Have I been active on my channel at all in the last couple of weeks besides sprints? No. Is that going to change anytime soon? We'll see. We shall see. Anyways, when was that? That was so long ago. I am here. Hello, welcome. I am working on getting through yesteryear for those of you that are just now joining us. Hello, Tunio. Hello, Michaela. How are we today? Welcome, welcome. What are y'all up to? What are we reading? Anything interesting? I'm currently working on yesteryear. I also was reading Finley Donovan a little bit earlier, which is a wild book. Let's see. I can spell words. Come on, work with me here. Thank you. Anyways, I started Finley Donovan. I am some sort of way into this book. Where am I actually in this book? Oh man, this is going to be really, really funny. Like, I was expecting what has happened in the first 19% of Finley Donovan is Killing It to be like the main plot of the book, but apparently it is not going to be said main plot. Lovely Saturday. So anyways, I'm having a blast with it, but I do need to make some progress in yesteryear. So we're going to make some progress in yesteryear. What the fuck is going on? Hold on. Okay, hopefully we're gonna see. What book is that? I don't know what book that is. Okay, anyways, hello. Hopefully I will be getting quite a bit of yesteryear done. I've been like making my way through it a little bit because like it's fascinating. It's very interesting. There are parts of it that are very frustrating, as well written as it is. Like the fact that it is as well written as it is and it is exploring some of the stuff that it's exploring and stuff that I grew up with adjacent to is like I can only take so much of that, right? So anyways, hello Fish, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. Oh, Michaela's got 3 hours left of Queen of Air and Darkness, trying to get some housework done and finish it today. I'm like, that's the Cassandra Clare Queen of Air and Darkness. I'm like, yeah, because your username is Shadow Hunted Wizards. How many times is this for you reading it? That's what I'll ask. I think we already chatted this. Like, it's really yesteryear is really well written. I saw someone, there is a liberal journalist that was mad about this book because she's like, it's really just hating women. And I'm like, no, I don't think, like, no. And then I went and I looked at her stuff. I was like, oh, she's a I don't do politics type of person. And I'm just like, except that you do, clearly. But it is like right now, we've just had her. I'm so intrigued and like I want to know what is going on. How did she end up in this situation? Is this like why is this happening? That is something that also our main character wants to know. There is a part of the way that she is reacting, which is so very reasonable for how she's reacting, that I'm just like, it makes sense, but it's driving me up a wall just because I'm like, okay, great. Can we move on? Can we move on from this? It's been way too many chapters of you having the same thought, or pages of you having the same thought. Can we move on from this? At the same time, she has no answer. So it makes sense that she is hung up on the fact that she has been transported back in time, apparently. She's convinced it is like some sort of reality television show. I have suspicions about what might be going on, but I'm not sure. Because it could be some other things as well. Does that make sense? But the whole trad wife thing is a little bit what I was raised in, and so at some points I'm just like, okay, that's enough of her. Anyways, hello Cherie, how are you? Just finished Score by Kennedy Ryan and starting History Lessons by Zoe B. Walbrook. Very nice. Tennille says, yesterday and today I've been trying to finish up books. I brought a bunch at the beginning of June for Tar, and they're all due. That makes sense. That makes sense. One more to finish, then I'm taste testing a new one, Lock and Skeleton Key. Under Lock and Skeleton Key. Okay, okay. That sounds like fun. I'm just happy to be reading, honestly. Like, the fact that I'm having a good time with a book is fantastic. We can thank Suzanne Palmer for that, because I definitely had a fantastic time with Ode to the Half-Broken. So like, I feel like I might be able to get back into the what's the word? Back into the swing of things. Trying to ride that high. I'm like, okay, I finished a book yesterday. I'm feeling motivated. Let's do this. So there is that. But let's see. Let me. So, hey, Carissa, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Been a while. That's probably more my fault than yours, to be honest, because I've been bad. This is actually my first time reading this one for me. I'm playing catch up before the new Shadowhunt. Oh, God. Is it November that it's happening? I still haven't finished. I'm all the way caught up except for Chain of Gold. I'm scared of that book. Even though I know that what I want to happen is going to happen, the thing that I care the most about is going to happen. Anyways, yeah. I know that that's going to happen. That's going to be fine. It's all of the rest of it and everybody else is like, you'll have to tell me, Michaela, if you feel the same way about the ending of Queen and Air in Darkness as I did, because it highlighted an issue, a potential issue with Cassandra Clare's writing, that I think that maybe if her editor had been a little bit like, it highlighted a little bit of what made me go, maybe we are not listening to our editor anymore. Like, I love her books, I love her characters. I have noticed that there are things that are happening in her books that I'm like, or like not plot wise, but like structurally usually, that have me going, girl, where was your editor here? Why did they not point this out? Why is this happening? So, I love her. What was it? The end of, well, I love it. Queen of Air of Darkness for sure did not need to be that long. And then the ending of, hold on, it's City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, City of Heavenly Fire. City of Heavenly Fire also did not need to be as long as it was, as much as I loved it. So I'm good. Haven't been reading as I've been DNFing books like crazy. My problem is not that I don't like the books I'm reading. It's just that, like, I haven't been wanting to read. Does that make sense? Like, my brain is like, nah, I'd rather do something else. And so focusing on reading is a little bit like getting myself to getting the, I guess you could say, button chair has been a little bit difficult when it comes to reading. Because once I start the book, like once I'm listening to the book, or reading the book, I'm like, oh yeah, this is fun. I remember, I like reading. We're working with it. I'm currently doing a reread of the Shadowhunter book, so I'm not going to finish them all in time for the new book before the new book comes out. Yeah, I understand that. I haven't got, at some point I will get caught up on the new one. So to the point where I can do the new one. I just haven't yet. I need to finish Chain of gold so badly. But all right, so what say we do a little 1 hour sprint. There we go. All right. Audiobooks do seem to be I've started so many audiobooks is the problem for me. Like I find myself when I need to be listening to something, I find myself reaching for like my podcasts and stuff more than the audiobooks. And so I'm having to be like, okay, well, we're going to take conscious time. Shush. We're going to take conscious time to actually read instead of going on to podcasts or listening to all of that. Like, it is what it is. I'm working on it, hopefully. Oh my god, it absolutely did not need to be. I shouldn't slump in the middle of the finale of a series. Definitely could use another editing cast. Absolutely. I think the biggest thing that I'm so sorry. You're gonna see this every time now. One of her biggest issues is she will tell you something and then in the same, sometimes in the same paragraph, maybe a little bit later in the page, she will tell you that thing again in a different way. That is a thing that I have noticed. And I feel like if we cut out all of those, a lot of her books would be like 50 pages shorter. I'm like, Cassandra, I love you. Please listen to your editor. Please ask them to, and I've been told that her adult series does not have that issue. So my guess is that she has a different editor for that. And because she's newer there, she's a little bit more like willing to either listen or her editor is being a little bit harsher on her. Whereas like the one for the Shadowhunters books, we know people are going to buy them. But yeah, it absolutely did not need to be as long as it did. I have beef with a certain thing that doesn't happen in this book. Beef with that. I'm pissed that it's a short story instead of happening in the book. But all in all, it was a very, I enjoyed it for the most part. We'll see if you feel the same way about the ending that I feel or felt. Because the ending was interesting, the way what we did with it. So, not bad, but interesting. All right, so let us go into our first sprint. We're going to go, at least for this one, maybe the next one, we're going to go for an hour. So we shall go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I have no idea how I got the comments on the screen, but cool. Let me, can I, okay. This woman, good God. Let's see where I stopped. Nope, stop being difficult. 52. How did everyone else do on that sprint? Well, I am, you guys know how this works. Well, I'm doing math. Let me know how you did. I got about 48 minutes worth of reading. I wanted to finish that chapter of Finlay Donovan first. The sun is really coming in over there, you can tell. But where is my calculator? There it is. Okay, so 52 divided by 60. That's not, that's the wrong math. Okay. So we're about, I'm almost 6 hours into this book, and the whole thing is 14 hours. Okay, so that's 42%. And there's how many pages in this thing? 391. So I made it to page 166 theoretically. I don't have access to the, what's the word? Hello, the physical copy of the book. So we're just guessing at this point. But this, this woman is so unpleasant. She is not a good time to be in her head. Like actively making me angry in this last couple of chapters, just like the way, and normally I'm like, I'm on your side when we're talking shit about her husband. The way she's talking about her husband is just absolutely awful. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like just so much toxic mindset and viewpoint and all of this stuff going on in this book. And I'm just like, I know where all of this is coming from. And it's making me want to bash my head against a wall. In a good way, sort of. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, Daniela has joined us. Hello, Daniela. Nice catching. Yes, thank you for catching the sprints for however many minutes you got. I just came home from basically touring Prague cafe / beer gardens for 11 hours. That's almost that's more than a full workday. Hello, Christina. Welcome. Yes, remember to hydrate, feed yourself, yada yada yada, all of the good stuff. For once, Christina, I do not have laundry that needs to be, look, I'll show you. Hold on. This is where my laundry basket usually lives. That doesn't have to go in for another couple of days. I don't have any laundry that's waiting to be folded or anything for once in my life. So, okay, let's fix this a little bit. Okay. Nope, I did not fix that at all. It went the opposite direction. There we go. Okay, Michaela said swept the floors, cleaned the bathroom, did the dishes. I've only got 2 chapters left in Queen of Air and Darkness. You got so, what's, I thought you had like 3 hours. Was it someone else that had like 3 hours? What speed are you listening to this at? That's good though. You're so close to the end. You're so close. Listen to Clockwork Princess. That's my favorite. That book has the most perfect ending of any book ever. Like there are a limited number of perfect endings, in my opinion. It's kind of like Princess Bride. There are 5 perfect kisses in the world. That's one of my favorite endings in all of fiction, is Clockwork Princess. I didn't notice the yes you hear on the screen, and when you said you don't like her, that was my first thought. Daniela, she's so unpleasant. Like just the way that she's talking about, I won't give spoilers, but the idea of being a kindergarten teacher or kindergarten teachers come up in the plot, and the way she's talking about this idea surrounding the teachers, she is so toxic, and she's so like, it's so funny because she so desperately, very obviously did not want children, at least not like, so it's interesting because I would be interested because it's very clear she had the baby because that's what she was told she was supposed to do. She's supposed to get married. She's supposed to start having babies. I wonder if she had been allowed to wait and have a little bit more like of her own self agency and like get to know her personhood a little bit more, because I feel like yeah, you know who you are at 19, 20, 21, but like you don't really understand who you are, I feel, or at least I didn't understand who I was until I got later in my 20s. And so I wonder what would have happened if she'd been given that time to grow and to know herself and to have her own goals outside of being a wife and mother. Would she be so resentful towards her daughter the way that she is being in these flashbacks? Because like she's just not happy. Now, granted, some of that is that the husband is not helping out in the ways that he needs to be helping out. Like he is, it sounds like he loves the baby, he's a good dad, he likes playing with kids, but yeah. I just went to a book club discussing this week, called her Deliciously Despicable. I'm sorry, I just saw 2.5 hours and 2 chapters. That's an hour a chapter. I'm normally like the chapter is as long as it needs to be kind of person, Michaela. 2.5 hours and 2 chapters feels too long for a YA book. That's like an hour and 15 minutes per chapter. Did you really need? Well, that last chapter is a really long one. You know what? I take it back. That last chapter could have been longer. Would have liked it if it was longer. Anyways, I'm still fucking bitter about it, and I'm not gonna say what it is. Like it's not anything that's in the main plot. Yeah, the chapters are way too long. Like they're over an hour each. Plus, there's an epilogue, I think. That might be what I'm thinking of. The epilogue. There is an event that was brought up that has to do with the main couple from the first series. I wanted more of what we talked. Like, I wanted more in that book. Anyways, long story short, is my Clockwork Princess is so Infernal Devices is my favorite of the Shadowhunter series, and Clockwork Princess is my favorite of the series. So yeah, it was a great book club for book club. A couple of us. It is. I think it's one that's supposed to make you rant to some extent. I think she's definitely doing an exploration of the mindset, and she's doing a really good one. It is a little bit satirical in the way that it's going, but you know, it is what it is. So okay. I think. Oh, I could have taken the banner down. Oh well. I think we should. I'm gonna adjust this. We're gonna make it a 45-minute because I want to be done. No, we'll do one more hour and then I'll do like a shorter one because I. Oh, hello, Hillary. Welcome. You got here just in time. We're about to start another sprint. Thank you for joining. Thank you for coming. So I think we do another hour because my thought process is we either do another hour or we do 2 45s, right? Or we could do an hour and a 45, so like 15 extra minutes. I think that's what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do an hour and a 45. Skip break. Put this back up. All right. Okie dokie. The banner is up. We're good there. I'm not entirely sure how to get rid of the chat. I don't know how. I honestly, wait. Is this how I did it? No, that's not how I did it. I honestly have no idea how. Oh, I see how I did it. I found out. Okay, there we go. There we go. I now know what I am doing, guys. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with me. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I don't know why I did the mic first. Oop, don't. Sorry, I just almost knocked my tea off. Hello, we're back, guys. I'm gonna pop these back on so I can see when new ones come in, and we can put that down. Okay, we are. So I've made it in theory to 51% of the book. I'm at 7 minutes and 7 seconds. And the book is 13 minutes and 47. No, 7 hours and 7 minutes. And the book is 13 hours and 47 minutes. I know how time works, guys. That's wrong. That's not what I wanted to do. Times 3 anyway. So I'm somewhere around page 200 based on my calculations. Where did it go? Oh, did I not? I didn't put in that I was reading it. Okay, that's fine. We're getting to the end on this book where to the point on this book that I'm like, okay, I may have gotten everything where we might be getting to the point where I'm done listening to this woman. Although having the breaks has been helping. So like coming on to chat with you guys. How did everyone do, by the way? If you're just joining us, I'm currently reading Yesteryear by Caro Claire Burke. I am so behind on the buddy read, and now everyone's getting all of my thoughts all at once. You know, as you do. I'm pretty sure everyone else in this buddy read has finished the book, but I just didn't want to read, and sometimes that it is what it is. I'm gonna try and be more consistent about reading it though, because I do want to like finish this, right? Anyways, okay. So how did everyone else do? Oh no, Michaela. I should mention I keep having to pause because my husband keeps talking to me, so I'm sorry you're bored. But the last 2 chapters of my book are not conversation time. Your husband and my mother, truly. Hello, we were joined by the eccentric Raven. How are you today? I'm reading The Crossover by Kwame Alexander. He's good. I like his books. I've read a couple of them. Do not remember which ones they were at this point. So I'm going to pick up dinner so I can listen to my book in peace. Take that time. Enjoy your going to pick up dinner time. That's amazing. That is amazing. I love it. Okay. What is if you don't mind sharing, if you're still here, Michaela, or you're back, what is for dinner, if you don't mind sharing? Got to 21%. That's very nice. Ooh, speaking of, did we have anything interesting for supper, Sunil? That was a supper sprint for me. Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. I am practicing. I am procrastinating The Kingdom Over the Sea. It's good for middle grade, but it's middle grade, and I haven't been feeling those stories much for the past year. Middle grade is hold on. We don't need this banner at the moment. We are not currently getting shit done. We're talking. There we go. Middle grade is like, that's a rough age category, right? Because I think it's easier for us to remember, and also YA is increasingly being written older. No, Ben. There's still a sprint left. You're almost done. Oh, nice. Over on some writing sprints. That's fun. So like middle grade is such a it's a interesting age category because you will have books that they're good for a middle grade audience, and pretty much that's it. Like they are not going to be appealing to adults in any way, shape, or form. And it is a little bit like we're just kind of phoning it in, right? Like we set out to write a middle grade book, we didn't set out to write a story. Yeah. Whereas you will have some middle grade books where you can like it is something that resonates with can resonate with all ages, and you see that happen on a regular basis. And I think you see YA resonate, I feel, and get a little bit more respect because again, a lot of those characters are, especially in like YA fantasy, they're written to be older. So, oh no. I made fried rice for dinner and accidentally dumped an insane amount of garlic powder in. I'm meeting friends in a bit. Love that for me. Oh no. I mean, there are worse things to dump an insane amount of into your food. That's not going to taste like fried rice, though, I don't think. Oh no. I'm so sorry. That does not sound palatable. So, anyways, I'm going I'm going to adjust this real fast because I think we will do, nope, wrong one, focus timer. I think we're going to change it from an hour. I think I'm going to do, not like a full, I don't think we're going to do a 45-minute sprint because I don't know that I've got that much more of this woman. I don't know that I could take that much more of her. I can't do a full, I've got it. I'm tricking myself into knowing that there's less of her than there was. So, but, yeah. Let us know in the chat what you're up to. I'm going to send us into our last sprint for the evening. I'm going to go for about 35 minutes. We'll chat for a little bit, and then I'm going to go torture myself because, okay, so I don't know who here like is familiar with what the real fill temperature is for things because I think that's a thing that you have in places that are high humidity, but not necessarily. But I got up this morning and I was like, I'm gonna go running, but I checked the temperature and the wheel feel was over 100 degrees, even though the temperature itself was like 83. And I was like, well, that's terrible. Let's see what it's going to be in the evening. And I looked at the evening. The evening's temperature was 86 Fahrenheit, but the real feel was going to be 96 instead of 106 or 104 or whatever it was. And I was just like, yeah, that's Florida math. That makes sense. We'll go jogging in the evening. So, because I'm trying to get back into running. It is happening slowly, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go into our final sprint. I'm going to go read some more of this book and deal with some more of this woman and maybe get some stuff done in Fallout. I'm not entirely sure. I've been playing Fallout while we're doing things. It's fun. It's been keeping me just distracted enough that I can stand this narrator. But we will go in 3, 2, 1. Go. welcome back, everybody. How did we do on that sprint? I made it another 4% through this book. I think we've hit my cap for what I can, like, y'all should have seen me. I was like, I need to keep listening to this book. I need to keep listening. And I'm just like, no more. No more today. Anyways, so let's go ahead and stop that and update this. We're gonna go listen to something that brings me joy. Instead of makes me want to set something on fire. Honestly, it doesn't even make me want to set things on fire. It makes me want to shake this woman. And just like, how can you be so obtuse? Give me a minute. I'm gonna go put this on the. My phone is dying. Ah. Okay. Something grabbed my foot. I do not. Hold on, Tanya. I do not know. Give me a second. Go ahead and you guys go ahead and let me know what you got up to in that sprint. And I can see. Who am I? Normally, she would have stuff scheduled by now if she's going to. I don't. For some reason, I actually don't think she's going to. I think there was something going on tonight, potentially. Or maybe I'm crazy. Keep an eye. I'm sure you will get the notification. But no, I do not know. I am currently working on Finley Donovan. Hold on. Let me backtrack, and then we'll get to this, Tennille. Okay, so speaking of Tennille, that was a booktube sprint. Maybe I need to switch books so I don't procrastinate anymore. Hey, listen, just like get 30 minutes of it done. Just sit down, put the sleep timer on for 30 minutes, and let's get 30 minutes of that done. It'll cut it off automatically. Raven says I got to 40%. Very nice. Ben wrote 2 pages, not very consistent. Word counts are witchcraft. That's the way it works. They just like the number of words on the page, usually about 300. What is that and why is it there? Oh, it's a picture of me. Why is that picture there? Oh, I probably pulled it out to show you guys how long my hair was at some point. You know, word counts are what they are. And sometimes you write a ridiculous amount in 35 minutes, and sometimes you write 5 words. 2 pages is actually not bad. That's what, like, that's like 600 words ish, probably. So I am currently 20% into the first Finley Donovan book, Tennille. And I am liking it so far. It's wild. Just the first 20% of this book has just been bam, 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 crazy stuff happening. And I'm just like, how? Oh, I cannot wait to see how this is, what's the word? How she brings this through the, okay, so screenplay, so it might be more like 300 to 400 words. That makes sense. Definitely makes sense. So I'm having a great time with it so far because the thing that I thought was going to be the whole plot is in fact actually the inciting incident. I would say, I don't know that it's a murder mystery book because we know who did the murder. We know how the person died and we know who did it, but it feels like it's very murder mystery adjacent, I would say. There might be a little bit of a romance, but I don't think there's going to be it's not a romance book, and it's not necessarily chick lit. It is closer to murder mystery. It's very fast paced. It's very like wild. There is a lot of, you got to suspend your disbelief. But I am a big proponent of when you are stepping into a fictional world, you are agreeing to some level of suspense of your disbelief when you are consuming fiction, and different fictions require different levels. Like you're a higher level of suspended disbelief if you're like reading a superhero story versus this. But this one is a little bit more like not slapstick comedy, but like thanks. Do you know Psych? The show Psych? It's kind of like that. Like that's the vibe, but completely different. It's like if Psych met Rosalind Palmer Takes the Cake. That's what it feels like to me. So, anyways, that is going to be it for me. I'm going to go see how it is outside and decide whether I am going for a run or if I'm just going to go for a hot girl walk. And we say hot girl walk because I will be hot and I am a girl. Because we are in the period of the year that like just breathing outside you start sweating. Yeah, something more like a spy comedy type thing, but our main character has been hired to be a hitman, and she's not great at it. She's definitely not great at it. She is like I was about 20 seconds in and I was like, this woman has raging ADHD. Just her train of thoughts at the very beginning. I was like, oh my God. But it is fun. I'm having a blast with it. So, all right. I'm going to head out first. Before I do, I'm going to we're going to get rid of this. I don't need this any longer. So we can do that. I'm going to head out. I will be back. I mean, technically, so I'm going to watch, like, did I give me inspiration for my comedy writing? It's really hard to write things that are objectively funny. And Psych is one of those shows that they manage to like hit it out of the park every single time. It's so well done, the comedy on Psych. And I think it's one of the few that like, while there are some things that are dated, like in general, you will see people really appreciate how a lot of things that are still handled poorly today were handled in that show. Like especially around Gus. So like I really like it's really fun watching people talk about that show. I love that show so much. It's so good. I was halfway through a rewatch last year, I think, before I got sucked back into Critical Role. It's fine. Everything's fine. But I am gonna head out. You guys have a great rest of your evening. I will be back next week at 3 p.m. to do sprints to close out 24-hour sprints with Neva, I believe, unless someone else wants that spot in the group. I haven't looked to see if anyone else has taken that spot, but usually that's the plan. I have been threatened on pain of death. So there's that. No, I'm kidding. I am kidding. But I will see you guys next week when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Oh, and we've gone blurry. Bye.